Dear Diary, a bit has happened off the field as well as on it since last time. We wrapped up the January transfer window and actually did some good stuff, with Gloucester City's boss getting annoyed with how little Jack Hill was playing, seeing as he was making us broke with his loan fee. But when I didn't notice when the deal first went through, I told him that if you're upset, recall him, and he did, so that worked out perfectly. We lost a few other players to fellow Northern Irish clubs, but nobody that was getting too much game time, and brought in some more depth outright with Sam Robb coming in from Dergview, and at the back as well with Harry Barclay coming from Newcastle United. Quite a good get for us. Unfortunately, he got sent off in his first game, giving away a penalty, but Lewis Hunter saved that, so thankfully we held on to beat Lisburn Distillery. Distillery. 1-0. Around that, our form has continued to be good as well, with 2 wins and a comeback draw in the league to hold on to top spot, as well as make our way through to the 4th round of the Intermediate Cup. This actually looks like a cup we could win now, considering we are top of the highest league that can enter that one. Next up, it's a derby for us in that cup against Dollingstown, who we have beaten both times so far this season. Time to do it again and make the quarters. Isn't that right, Teddy? Until next time. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of FMOE here on Shaun Does FM with Banbridge Town. I hope you are doing well, and coming up today we take on our rivals Dollingstown in the 4th round of the Irish Intermediate Cup. So if you are looking forward to that one, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying this series here on the channel, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated, but as seen in the intro, we have played a few games off the back of our loss to Larne in the first round of the Peaky Blinders Irish Cup in yesterday's episode. If you did miss that one, I'll leave a link to it over in the top right corner. What that does mean for the league table is we do take on one of our divisional rivals in the 4th round of this Intermediate Cup in Dollingstown. Actually, our rivals, based on what I have seen so far in pre-match interviews, despite the fact I can't actually find any proof of that on the club info page. But what that does mean for the league table, we are still on top, 1 point clear of Tobermory United, and now with a decent gap back to those who are outside of that promotion hunt. The first team does get automatic promotion. The second team has to play a playoff against the team which finishes second bottom in the division above, which is the championship here in Northern Ireland. But already it does look like, with only 5 games left before we do go into that championship and relegation group split, that we should be in the championship group unless our form does take a big dive, and hopefully that will not be the case, as it has turned around quite nicely since a couple of episodes ago. But today our focus is on the Irish Intermediate Cup. As mentioned in the intro, this is a competition with the teams who are in it that does look quite winnable for us, especially on our current league form, and it is a derby as we do take on Dollingstown. A quick look at these guys. Also, you'll notice I have done a little bit of kit bashing since the last episode, so there's some nice little fake kits in there for all of the teams now in the Northern Irish Pyramid. But we are taking on Dollingstown, as you saw before, just inside where the cutoff is for that championship group at the moment, even though they were predicted to finish second apparently by the media. Their recent form though is quite good, 2 wins, 2 draws in their last 4 games. Albeit we've played them twice so far this season and picked up fairly comfortable wins against them both times. The first game was our first one in the league this season. We picked up a 4-0 win, and then about 2 months ago we played them away from home and picked up a 2-0 win as well. So hopefully a similar result here, and we can keep the bragging rights over what does appear to be our rivals here at Banbridge Town in Dollingstown. And going into this one, it is our first choice 11 available, so we don't really need to catch you guys up on too much before we do get stuck into the action today. So we'll come back shortly and run you guys through the team sheets from Crystal Park for this 4th round cup tie as we take on our rivals in Dollingstown. And here are the team sheets for this cup game. There we are. It's our 4-4-2. First choice these days, Barclay is on the bench as centre back and right back cover. He was the replacement for Jack Hill, of course, who has gone back to Gloucester, which was quite relieving with the amount of wage budget he was taking up. and Dollingstown there with a 4-2 free one. Hopefully we can make it 3 wins against these guys. And off the back of an absolutely nothing highlight to kick that game off, we have another one here at the 1 minute mark. Hopefully this one a bit more interesting. We try and play a ball over the top there for one of our strikers, probably Max Fisher, but unfortunately Dollingstown do cut that one out. Now McCabe puts the ball here into the mixer. Ferris there with a header, just goes wide. I think Hunter probably had that one covered, but Dollingstown there with the first decent attacking chance. Still 0-0 after 5 minutes. Up to the 24-minute mark, we have our next highlight. It's a free kick here for us. There's a header there from Snodden. It goes through the hands there, it looks like, of the Dollingstown goalkeeper in Buchanan, and the OG Gallagher is there to poke that one home. We'll watch the replay here because that was a little bit of a cluster inside the box. Definitely a shot there. The goalkeeper should be saving, but OG Gallagher, right place, right time to poke that home. And we do grab a 1-0 lead here right before the half-hour mark, albeit now we go down the other end for a free kick to Dollingstown. We head that one away, and our 2 strikers here look like they can link up nicely. McKevitt plays that one to Fisher maybe. Could have kept on going. Great chance here for McKevitt though, but puts it wide. That probably should have been 2-0, but we still have an advantage. 1-0 just past the half-hour mark. And just off the back of that most recent chance to McKevitt, which probably should have found its way into the back of the net, we are back down their end here for a throw-in, and unfortunately Snodden that time forces a decent save out of their goalkeeper. It comes off the underside of the crossbar. 1-0 Banbridge Town with a few minutes left in the first half, and we are nearly at half-time, and it is a throw-in down the other end here for Dollingstown. They play a ball over the top. It's an interesting option there from Steers to head that one away nearly. Left Hunter high and dry with that, but thankfully the subsequent shot does go wide of the mark, and we do go into half-time with a 1-0 lead. We definitely should be up by a bit more than that with that chance, especially to McKevitt, right off the back of OG Gallagher putting us in front, just shy of the half-hour mark. But overall, pretty pleased with this performance so far. 8 shots on target to 1. We don't need to make any changes as of yet, so we'll get things back underway and hopefully can make our way through to the next round of this competition with a 1-0 lead here against Dollingstown. And a couple of minutes into the second half, we start things off here with a corner to Dollingstown, which Bar is about to line up. He puts this one near post. We do deal with that initially, but McCabe there from a tight angle puts that into the mix. A good chance there for Shaun, but it's a good block there from Snedden, and that makes sure that one does go high and wide. Not too sure exactly which one, or if it was both. They put another ball there into the mixer. Thankfully, we deal with that one, but yet again, they are on the attack, but this time Sodjay with a good clearance, and we are still 1-0 up here, just shy of the hour mark. And very shortly off the back of that previous highlight, we now have a free kick down the other end. We did unfortunately not get ahead on the end of that in Roscoe here, with a chance to do something on the counter-attack for Dollingstown. Some good work there from Sodjay, but unfortunately can't quite keep possession. And now they have an overlap here inside the box. It's Roscoe on the volley from that ball from Ferris. And despite the fact we've certainly had a statistical advantage in this game, we did not make it count in the first half. Dollingstown have started the second half off well, and they grab an equaliser here at Crystal Park with around about a half hour to go. Bar there with a nice ball, and from here it is a big overlap for Dollingstown. Beats Hunter there at the near post, and that makes it 1-1 with just under 30 minutes left. And only a few minutes off the back of that previous highlight, yet again this time we try and play a long ball over the top for Max Fisher. We do get that ball back from the clearance, and Cowan now just outside the box starts to make his way right towards the edge of it. Now plays that one back for McLaughlin. McKevitt there with a header, just goes over the bar, and still locked up here at 1-1. And yet again a short break off the back of that previous highlight, and we do have another one. This time we have a free kick which Hunter is going to take. He pumps this one deep. He's looking for Cowan. No one gets that one. Good chance here for Max Fisher to put that one away. He rolls that into the bottom left corner, and thankfully we were not behind for too long here at home in this intermediate cup tie. It's an assist there for Hunter, so our goalkeeper will get the assist there. It's a push in the back actually on Cowan, but Max Fisher has too much pace there for the Dollingstown defence, is able to make the most of that little bit of dirty play, I think it is fair to say, and we go 2-1 up with just over 20 minutes left. And while we are here, Sodjay only having an okay game out there with a 6.3, so Gavin Conn can come on for him off the back of that goal which put us in front. And we're just about to enter the last 15 minutes of this one, still up by 2-1, but we now have a few players who have gone down to red hearts. We do only have 3 subs in the cup competitions. Michael McKevitt is in search of a bit more game time here at the moment, so he can come on for the goal scorer in OG Gallagher, and also the new signing on loan in Harry Barclay from Newcastle United. He can come on for Jack Steers, and hopefully we can see the rest of this game out with that 2-1 lead. And we've just entered the last few minutes of this one. We were on the attack there, but unfortunately Dollingstown do get that one back. I'm starting to think should have potentially started to implement a little bit of time-wasting tactics before we did get into the last few minutes of this game. For some reason, didn't quite get there, but McCabe has the ball here. And some space from outside the box. It's a good strike. Goes into the bottom right corner. Definitely should have started time-wasting. And because of that goal, we might be going to extra time here in this local derby as McCabe equalises things here with only a few minutes left. Quinn finds him on the edge of the box. Absolutely no one marking him. Good finish there right into that bottom right corner. Not much that Hunter can do about that one. We have 5 minutes now of added time, but unfortunately this one is going to extra time, despite the fact we probably had enough chances there to wrap that one up in regular time. We probably should have scored one more goal, let one less in. So that is a bit of a disappointing performance there in the 90 minutes, but hopefully we can get on top of these guys in extra time. Just having a look at our limited available options that are left on the bench. I think we're going to leave things as they are for now and see if we need to change things throughout this extra half hour. We'll get things back underway for extra time in the 4th round of the Intermediate Cup. And there were no highlights at all in the first half of the extra time periods. They're still locked up here at 2-2, but we are going to make a change here. I'm just going to have a look and see if there are any penalty takers on our team who could potentially come on and be better than a tired player who is out there with this one extra sub that we do have. Stephen McKevitt is quite good, but down to a deep red heart, and Darren McGrath is a considerably better penalty taker. So what I think we're going to do here is bring on McGrath for McKevitt for the second half and hope that might give us an edge if this one does go to penalties. Otherwise, hopefully we can pick up a winner here in the second half of extra time. And finally, we get a highlight here in extra time. It takes until the 112-minute mark. Nice ball over the top there for Max Fisher. He puts that one away in the bottom left corner. He is unfortunately, though, offside. The whistle has gone, so that goal is not going to stand. It's a close run thing there with that left back for Dollingstown, but he might just be a straight offside. So still 2-2, and this one could be going to penalties unless something happens here with 5 minutes left, and we do get on the attack there, but unfortunately that ball from McGrath has too much on it, but we get it back there off the back of that clearance from Tomar. Now Colour puts that one into the mixer. Max Fisher will find the bottom right corner, and that time the goal is going to stand. Finally, Max Fisher actually showing the ability he has shown off camera, on camera, because he has been quite good for us in that most recent run of games, and we now are definitely going to slow things down and be a bit more sensible for these last couple of minutes, unlike we were during the last few minutes of regular time. But that is a great time to score with a few minutes left here of extra time. A clearance there from one of the Dollingstown players, and Ronan Colour with a lovely ball in there for Fisher, and hits that on the volley into that bottom right corner, and we do grab a 3-2 lead here with only a few minutes left. There is only 1 minute of added time. We get through it, and thankfully we get our way through to the next round of this Irish Intermediate Cup. As I said, this now looks like a competition. We might have a good opportunity at winning, and that is especially the case off the back of knocking our rivals out in Dollingstown. Definitely a game that we should have wrapped up in regular time, but Max Fisher picks up a double alongside that rather fortunate goal which OG Gallagher got in the first half. And despite the fact that Dollingstown did equalise twice in that game, we grab a goal in extra time, and that means we are making our way through to the quarterfinals. We'll come back shortly and see who we get in the draw for that round. And back in the inbox, we just do enough there to get past Dollingstown. As I said, a game where we probably should have wrapped that one up a little bit earlier. And going up a little bit further, you can see that the quarterfinal draw has taken place. We are taking on a team called Newtown. That looks like quite a nice draw for us, because we go over and have a look at the teams left. There are only 2 teams from playable divisions left in this competition, the other one alongside us being Queen's University Belfast, based on that, because these days those guys are down in 9th in the division that we are in here in Northern Ireland. So based on that, this definitely looks like a competition we probably should be winning as long as we can do our job here against the non-playable teams. But with that next game coming against a team who are from a non-playable league, I think what we might do is hopefully skip that one, because we should really be getting past that team, and we'll try and find a more interesting game to come back for in tomorrow's episode. But that will do it for today. A game that did go to extra time, but thankfully we make our way past our rivals in Dollingstown by 3 goals to 2. If you did enjoy that one, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying this series here on the channel, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. Tomorrow, as I said, we'll try and come back for something interesting. We may even be able to make our way into a semi-final of that cup if we do take on someone like Queen's University Belfast. That might be the game that we do come back for. Otherwise, we will probably come back for that very last game of the league season before we go into the championship relegation group split. And that is against the team who are currently second on the table. So that could be quite an interesting game in terms of just trying to figure out seedings going into that championship group phase. Hopefully we can get a nice little gap on top there and try and lock down that automatic promotion spot there if we can pick up a win against Tobermory United. But as I said, things could change if we do get drawn against someone like Queen's University Belfast in the latter stages of that Irish Intermediate Cup. So one of those 2 games will be coming up in tomorrow's episode. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.